Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Today is going to be a very bumper package. It's going to be a very beautiful episode because many of you have been reaching out to me asking me, we need options. Now that Canada is saying things left, right, and center, they are coming up with immigration laws on a regular basis like no country else. So now give us options. That is why I have decided to do this video to let you guys know about studying in New Zealand. Studying in New Zealand has a lot of goodies close to what Canada is offering. Many of you may not be aware of this. We have a lot of our African brothers and sisters who are currently schooling in New Zealand. So that is why I have decided to bring this information to you guys on this video, because everybody cannot face Canada. Everybody cannot face the US. Everybody cannot face Europe or UK. So now, before I go into this video proper, let me also say this. Schooling in New Zealand is sweet. New Zealand is one of the safest countries to live in the world. New Zealand is a beautiful country. And many of you will be asking, can I take my family there as an international student? Can I go with my dependent family? Yes, you can. New Zealand, a lot of our people are currently permanent residents right there in New Zealand. So New Zealand is a good place to study. I will give you a breakdown in this video. So before I go into this video proper, let me quickly say this. For those of you who are saying, I did my visa biometrics in 7 months ago, 9 months ago, 1 year ago, I have not heard from IRCC. A lot of people have reached out to me this week that they have been issued their Canada visas. Yes, a lot of messages. People reached out to me telling me, yes, it's happening. So please do well to check your emails so that you can be sure, because there are cases where people received these decision messages letting them know that their visa was approved, but these people couldn't access their mail. So please, if you have not accessed your mail for a very long time, please try to do so. Because some days ago, somebody said he saw my video and decided to reach out to his travel agent, because I did videos when I said there are cases where travel agents received visa approving messages, visa approval messages, so to speak, but these agents were so busy and couldn't reach out to their clients. So somebody saw that video and reached out to his travel agent some days ago, and his travel agent said, oh, please, I forgot. 4 days ago, I received message from IRCC that your visitor visa has been approved. Please send me your passport. That is to say, if that guy had not seen my video, he would have simply just assumed that Canada has not given him visa. So please do well to reach out to your travel agents and also try to access your various emails. That message might just be there. You can have a message in your email and you might not even get the notifications, even though your notifications are on. So check all your messages, check your social messages on your email, check your promotional messages on your email, check your spam messages, because this message can be anywhere. So that is that for that. For those of you who have received your visas, congratulations. And for those of you who have done their biometrics and you are still waiting for a decision to reach you, I hope and pray you get a positive decision. I hope and pray these visas will be approved for you guys. So let's go into this video proper. Like I said earlier, studying in New Zealand is a very good thing. It has a lot of sweet package. Sweet package. You understand? So ordinarily when you get, one good thing about New Zealand is that As an international student, I said it earlier, you can go with your dependent families. You can go there with your wife, your husband, and your kids. Yes. And as an international student in New Zealand, you have to prove to the immigration right there that you have what it takes financially to support yourself. Like, you may not know, the cost of living expenses for 1 month in New Zealand is 1,667 Canadian dollars. New Zealand dollars, sorry, not Canadian, sorry. I repeat, the cost of living expenses for a month in New Zealand is 1,667 New Zealand dollars. That is 20,000 New Zealand dollars a year. So, going by the current exchange rate, this one is cheaper than studying in Canada, because studying in Canada is 20,635 Canadian dollars a year, and the Canadian dollar is higher than the New Zealand dollar when it comes to foreign exchange rates. And some of the requirements you need to study in New Zealand is for you to have your travel and medical insurance that will cover you during your period of study. And some people may want to ask, when it comes to studying in New Zealand, is English language test required? Technically, no. But there are some programs you may want to study right there in New Zealand. It may require you to have an English test. Yes, a language test, so to speak. Not every program right there in New Zealand, especially when you are from English-speaking country. You understand? So, in some programs or courses, as you may want to call it, if you will, right there in New Zealand, some of them, the prerequisite to studying that course, you must have to take language test. Language test is a prerequisite to some of the programs right there in New Zealand, not all. Just that you have to note this, every program has its own requirements. You understand? And also, studying in New Zealand, your course of study, the length of your program will determine the length of student visa that will be given to you. Now, for those who may not understand this, if you are studying in New Zealand and your program is a 4-year program, you will be given a 4 years student visa. If you want to study in New Zealand for 2 years, you'll be given a 2-year student visa. That is how it's done. And many of you also want to ask, as an international student in New Zealand, can I work? Yes, you can work. You can work as an international student right there in New Zealand, especially if you are studying for a full-time program that is at least 2 years. You understand? You will be eligible to work 20 hours a week. And you may be eligible to work full-time when the school is on a scheduled holiday. That is to say, when your study is in session, you can work 20 hours a week. When you are on holidays, that is to say scheduled holidays, you may be able to work full-time right there in New Zealand. And also, some people want to ask, will I be eligible to work after I finish my studies right there in New Zealand? The answer is a yes. You can work after your studies right there in New Zealand. So, after you graduate, you'll be eligible for a post-study visa. Ordinarily, this is an open work visa. That is why it's called post-study visa, also known as open work visa. This open work visa is what will allow you to work after you graduate from that school. Just like we have in Canada, we call it PGWP, postgraduate work permit. But in New Zealand, sorry, it is called post-work visa or post-study visa. So with this one, you can be able to work after you finish your studies. And also, the qualification you completed will determine the length of your open work visa. So if you want to go and study in New Zealand, all you have to do is also try to do your due diligence so that you will be having access to this first-hand information, just like I'm giving it to you right now. Also, let me say this. To study in New Zealand is not as difficult as you may think. All you have to do, if you have a browsing phone, go on the internet, click universities in New Zealand or affordable universities in New Zealand. Once you click it, there are always columns for international students. All you have to do is go into the website, check all they have to offer, these schools. Check if they are offering your programs. If they are offering your programs, all you have to do is to submit your application. That is all you need to do. And if your application goes through, that means you are about to kick off your journey of studying right there in New Zealand. So New Zealand is a very good place. These are the information you will need. These are the things you need to have at the back of your mind, because a lot of people will be saying, it's not all about schooling abroad. For me, I want to jackpot when I finish my school. If I cannot work in that country, I'm not going there. A lot of people have said this to me. So for New Zealand, you can work 20 hours a week as an international student when your school is on session. And when you are on a scheduled holiday, you can work full time right there in New Zealand. And also one of the many good things about studying in New Zealand is that it is quicker for international students to get jobs right there in New Zealand, because it is no longer news that these past 2, 3, 4 years, New Zealand has said they need foreign workers, both skilled and unskilled. And a lot of people have gone to New Zealand, and many of them are right there working as we speak. So getting something to do, getting a job as an international student in New Zealand is not difficult. You can land in New Zealand within your first 2, 3 weeks. You've landed in your job, and you have better chances of being retained if you do well, because New Zealand, they need workers. So this is all about New Zealand, guys. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend this video to others who might be interested. So if you have anything in mind and you want me to make video on, please do well to drop it in the comment section of this video, and I will surely do so. So till I see you in my next video, guys, respect, keep winning.